Melissa Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's a pleasure to rise to take a short call on this, and having listened to all of the speakers who spoke before me, there seems to be a consensus across the House. And I particularly like the turn of phrase that Honourable Shane Jones used. He liked to congratulate the architect of the legislation, and I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the former Minister of Commerce as well as the current Minister of Commerce, Minister Simon Power, who's done a lot of work, and I look forward to the tremendous amount of work that will be coming to our Commerce Select Committee. The overriding focus in the Commerce portfolio is to restore the confidence in our capital markets after the huge global financial crisis that we've actually had and the collapse of many finance companies in New Zealand, so that mums and dads in New Zealand can have that confidence back. The insolvency practitioners play a crucial role in mitigating losses to investors when a company hits difficult times, sir. In spite of their important role, insolvency practitioners are not required to be licensed or registered, and that is hugely surprising to me, especially when you wind up an insolvent business. It requires the practitioner to demonstrate sound judgment and good negotiation skills. It also requires knowledge of commercial law, investigative, and skills to quickly assess whether the financial position of the company often is in the presence of the company not having adequate financial management systems, sir. An understanding of the statutory obligations of company directors and their own obligations under insolvency law is required, and when these people don't have a clue, we are in big trouble. This bill is part of the national-led government's focus on improving the integrity of our financial system. The aim of the bill is to establish a negative licensing system for insolvency practitioners. Earlier speakers have actually also mentioned this. What this actually means is that it gives the company's registrar the power to prohibit or restrict individuals from providing corporate insolvency services. The number of bad seeds in the scheme of things is only small, and to set up a licensing system whereby all practitioners have to be registered or are licensed and are accredited would cost thousands to the practitioners to operate, and this cost will be passed on to the people who often don't have the money to pay it. And it is often the insolvency practitioners who actually take out the money first. So at the end of the day, people who are in financial trouble don't end up getting anything. The main change to the Companies Act 1998, specifically to kind of people who are disqualified to act as a liquidator or a company or the administrator of a company. Apart from those who are currently disqualified, I particularly like this. Anyone who is a family member, shareholder, director, auditor, or receiver of the company or related company in the last 2 years are 2 years immediately preceding the insolvency are disqualified. There is, however, a provision for one class of people who would normally be disqualified who is removed from this Act. That is, the person who has a continuing business relationship with a secured creditor of a company becomes eligible to be appointed as the liquidator of that company. The registrar of the company are getting more powers, sir, in this bill. For anyone who in the past 5 years who have failed to comply with the Act, the registrar has the power to either prohibit a person for 5 years from practicing as an insolvency practitioner or make them practice under supervision for 5 years. And anyone acting in contravention of such decision is liable to the maximum fine of $10,000. And for the public, what's really good is that they are able to see a list of these people who are struck off, if you like, created by the company's register, who are either restricted or prohibited from acting as insolvency practitioners. As I said, it's a very short call. As a last speaker, I look forward to the submissions in the Commerce Select Committee. I commend this bill to the House.
Good on you, Melissa. The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party vote. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National.
58 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
42 votes in favour.
Green Party.
6 votes opposed.
ACT New Zealand. 4 votes in favour. Māori Party.
E rima poti e tautoko ana.
Progressive.
1 in favour.
United Future.
1 vote in favour.
Honourable Chris Carter. Any other votes?
The ayes are 111, the noes are 6. The motion is agreed to. Are you going to announce the reading?
Insolvency Practitioners Bill, first reading.
Is some minister going to move? Must be minister. Yes. Move the referral.
Speaker, I move that the... sorry about that.
Honourable Chris Finlayson.
Mr Speaker, I move that this legislation be referred to the be considered by the Commerce Select Committee.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those for that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. Call Government Order of the Day number 8.